Hello.
Hello there. Hi.
Hi.
Yes. Sitting outside. It's so comfortable.
It's
So
beautiful.
com-
Yeah, we
Oh,
ate dinner outside. It's so
oh,
nice.
so nice. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah.
How are things with you?
Wonderful. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem.
You gonna
Went
have
to
Rosh
find.
Hashanah and Yom Kippur at your house?
I'm not sure. Whenever my son wants, he came back
Uh-huh.
this morning. He came back this morning. He went Saturday night to Hong Kong or Vietnam. He came back this morning.
Oh
He did.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's what I'm gonna ask him. Yeah. A fast trip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's for young people.
That's for young people. Yeah. 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 It's a place I didn't go during my time. I didn't. I stayed out of
Did
the
you?
army. Thank God. I stayed out of the army. Thank God. Otherwise, I would have gone to Vietnam. Some of my
Oh
friends
God.
went to Vietnam. Yeah.
Right, right.
No, I would have had to be drafted into. Yeah. But thank God. Yeah. But, yeah, amazing. Oh, it's a good friendly country now. You know, and how much we lost there. How many people were killed.
I know. And
Yeah.
they went. I was there once on business, and they wanted to take us to the museum to show how they killed all the Americans. I said, why would I want to go see that? They're so proud of. They're so
Right.
proud.
Is that something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't learn the lesson. The French couldn't win in Vietnam. The Russians
Right.
couldn't win there.
Yeah. Same with Afghanistan. No one can win there.
No one could win there. Yeah. Did you
Hey,
see
guys.
Herzog's speech today? Herzog's speech to the UN.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. There were some people that were standing, clapped, nothing. You know, some of these anti-Semite congressmen.
Terrible. I know.
Yeah. All right.
Ches 65. So the Edith Kiamun called the Tikkun Rabbanon came the Raisa Tikkun. When Chazal make a takana, they give it the strength of the Raisa. B'milsa de Isla Ikman Torah. There are some takanas chachamim that have a basis from the Torah, and the chachamim added. Aval milsa the lesser ikram Torah, for example, eruv. There's no ikram Torah there. Low, they would not have created a doraisidic standard for the rabbinic takon. Mashif Ravadia. Marimin al Meiser Sheni. So we know that if you live in Tel Aviv and you have to bring your crop to Yerushalayim and eat it there, but you don't want to use 30 railway cars and schlep it, so you can transfer the kedusha of the produce to money. You have to pay a 20% surtax. Now, if the Baal wants to avoid that, he can make a trick. Ketza. He can tell his children or his Eved Ivri or his Amo Ivriya, hey lechem mos halalu, take this money, uptu ben meiser sheni zeh, and go redeem this meiser sheni. If he doesn't do it himself, there's 20% doesn't have to be paid. They give him the money, he goes into Yerushalayim and he buys meiser and he eats it without the chomesh. Below chomesh. Now, how do we have a shivcha here? If she has two hairs, you have to release your Amma Ivriya once she becomes a Nara. She was a Ketana, and yet she's being Zoiche, that right, she can be Zoiche on behalf of the master. I thought a katana can't do that. Let's give a meister bisman azed rabbanan. Meister today is only rabbinic, so they were lenient. They allowed it even by katana. Freit the Gemara. The Amo Ivriya Bisman Azemi Ika. We don't have Amo Ivriya today. Vatanya ain't ever every no Agela Bisman Shayavil Noye. Sancheriv took the 10 tribes in 702 BCE away. Once all the 12 tribes were not living on the land, there was no Yovel anymore. And there's no Eved Ivri in Amma Ivriya when there's no Yovel. So what kind of answer was that? We're talking about growing a fruit in a flower pot that doesn't have a hole. So it's not connected to the ground. The Chiyuv Meiser is all rabbinic. There, even Ketanin could be Zoicha. Amarava, Sholish Midos Bekat. There are 3 stages by a cut. If you throw him a Tzror, you throw him a stone, the Zorko, and he realizes that it doesn't have any worth, and he throws it away. And you throw him a walnut, egos, Vinotlo, and he takes it. So Zoicha La'atzmo, he can be Zoicha for himself. Vein Zoicha La'achim. Ukenegdan Biktana, a female Ktana, Mikadeshes, she can receive Kiddushin that her mother and brothers do, Midrabana. Where Miyun, if she wants to get out, also has to do Miyun. Next stage, Pa'utois. They're a little older. Mekad Meko Umimkar Memkar B'Metaltalin. What they buy and sell by movable objects is a kinyan. They're anywhere between 6 and 8 years old. Connect them biktanim iskareshes bikudushi avia. If her father accepts kesef kiddush and she needs a real get, she can be given a divorce by herself. You can give her the divorce and she becomes divorced. Even older, Higia lo'oinas nedar, which is a year before bar mitzvah or bas mitzvah. Nidreim neder v'igdesh hekdesh. The nedarim they make are a neder, and if they magdir something, it's hekdesh. Ukenegdan biktana choyletzes. She can already get chlitza. A son is not allowed to transact land that belongs to his father until he's 20 years old. He's considered a cotton regarding his father up until 20 years old. Mishnah. Tana Shamris Kabaligit. A Tana tells the Shaliach, be a Shliach Kabul. Ain't no get, actually you get liyoda. Because she is a Ketana. So she cannot make a Shaliach. Therefore, she is not divorced until it actually reaches her hand. As long as the get hasn't reached her hand, the Baal can go back. Why is all this? She ain't cut, no, it's a Shliach. Because the Ketana has no power of making a Shaliach. If the father of the Ketana said to the Shaliach, Save Yiskabel Lebiti Gita, she's a Ketana, and the father appoints a Shliach Kabbalah to accept a get, Imratza Lazar Lo Yasser. Just like a father can accept a get on behalf of his daughter, he can also appoint a Shaliach to accept it. And the Ketana's Nizgarsha once it hits the hand of the Shaliach. If someone says to Shaliach, Tain get zeli ishti b'mokum ploini. Give this get to my wife in San Jose. V'naslo b'mokum achron. He gave it to her in San Diego. Puzzle. It's not a good get. If he said, Harehi b'mokum ploni, I want you to give my wife a get. she happens to live in San Jose. He doesn't say, give it to her in San Jose. He just points out where she lives. And the shliach ended up giving it to her in San Diego, kosher. Because the Baal didn't specify where he wanted it to be given. Aisha Sha'amra, a woman is appointing a shliach lekabbalah to receive the get, and she says to him, "Iskabeli giti b'makom ploni." I want you to receive the get in San Jose. The kibbutz b'makom acher, and the shliach received it in San Diego, pasul. But Rabbi Lozer machshir. If the woman says, "Haveli giti b'makom ploni," bring me my get from San Jose. Ve'viu lo b'makom acher kosher. By a shliach who's going to bring the get to her, not a Kabbalah get, but she's not makpid where it came from and where the get was given to the shaliach. Because the get is only going to be chal when it reaches her hand where she is. That's all she can. Now, regarding the Mishnah, the shaliach that changed where he gave the get. He was told to do it in San Jose, and he gave it in San Diego. Now, Rabbi Lozer, Meister Reisha Shalopol, there Rabbi Lozer didn't argue. And he agreed with the Stam Mishnah and Pasel. Umeister Sefer the Pali, where he said the get is a good get. Where the shliach brought the get not from the same place that the woman said. So there's a reason. Iyu de midaite, he, the man, the midaite megaresh, he is megaresh's wife with full das. So he's kopid, he's makpid that the gerushin is done in a certain place. Ihi. The woman Shabbat Korcha miskareshes, she's divorced even against her will. So it's just a marimakamilo. She's not makpid. Mishnah. A Bas Yisro was married to a Kohen, and therefore while she was married, she's eating truma. And she says to a shaliach Haveli Giti, he appointed her a shliach choylacha to bring the get to her, not a shliach kabul. So oichelas betruma ad get liyada. Since she's not going to be divorced until the get reaches her hand, she can continue eating truma until then. But iskabeli giti, if she put the shliach kabbalah, where she's divorced the moment the get is put in her hand, in the hand of the shaliach, asur lechol betruma miyad. She has to stop eating truma. Maybe the Baal will find the shliach kabbalah next block and give it to her right away. And the moment the get hits the hand of the shliach kabbalah, she's divorced. She would be also to eat truma because she is not the Eshes Kohen anymore. If she says iskabeli giti b'makom ploni, this Eshes Kohen makes a shliach kabbalah, and she specifies, except the get in San Jose. Oichelas betruma shegia get lo samokum. So the Tanakama says she's only usher to eat truma once we know the get has reached San Jose. Rav Lezer oyser miyad. Rav Lezer says no, she's prohibited right away. So, Vigita miavi. We said in the Mishnah that a shliach Kabbalah who accepts a get on her behalf in a certain place, so can eat truma until the get reaches that place. Vigita miavi. But once the get reached that place, the get has a chalois if he received it. And the Amrit Reisha, in the beginning part, where the shliach changed the words didn't follow exactly lavigi, that was not a get. So why would be a difference? His kabali gita b'masa machsia zimnet the mishkachasle bebavel. That means, except the get, my husband hangs out in masa machsia, but sometimes he's in Bavel. V'achi kamrle. And this is really what she says to the shaliach. Mishkol chohev v'chash l'shakminei. Take the get from him wherever you find him. But gita lavi adamatis l'masa machse. But the get is not going to have a chalois until it reaches that place, because she's specified. But Rabbi Eliezer oiser miya. So pshita, it's mara makom ilo. It's just she didn't say to Dafka receive it in that place. She's saying in general, get it there if you can. So certainly it should be also right away. Lo tzricha sha'amrele zila mizrach the isib mizrach. The husband usually hangs out in the east. The ka'azal l'mayrav, and the shlich went west. Madasema b'marav halesei. He's not going to find the husband there, and therefore the get should have a chalois right away. So maybe we should be mater to eat truma. Kamash balon, it's also right away because dilma hadi the kazal megas guys but v'yav legite. Because maybe while he was walking to the rest, the husband bumped into him and gave him the get, and so she's not Asha's coin anymore. Ha'omer l'shlicho orav li b'tmar. They're making an eruv tchumim. He took so that he could walk more than 2,000 amas from this town, and he told the shliach to make the eruv with the dates. And the shliach eruv lo begroigos, made it with dried figs, or vice versa. He told him to make it with groigos for eruv lo b'tmar. Tani chada eruv eruv. One Mishnah says it's a good eruv. Tani yidich ein eruv eruv. So what is it? Amar Rav loy kasha. Rabbanan Rav Elazar. Ha, that which we said the eruv is a good eruv is Rabbanan. The Amri Yesh Kpeda. That the one who sends a shaliach is makpid on all the details. So if he's made a specific request that it be done with a certain fruit, and if he's mishane, then the shlichus is bottled. So that's the shita that the eruv is not a good eruv. And the one that says that the eruv is a good eruv is Rabbi Eliezer, who said it's not hakpada, but a maramokumullah. It's not, she doesn't really care if there's a change. However, Rabbi Yosef Amar Hava is Rabbanan. There is hakpada if the shliach is changes from what the shaliach said, but not in every shina. Kan b'shalo, kan b'shal chavero. If the shaliach went ahead and used something else that belonged to the mishaleach, so the mishaleach is not makpid. But if he used his friend's item, where he said, use my food, then he's makpid on that. Amrle Abaya Velahad Tanya, Ha'omer l'shlucho arvli b'migdal. I want you to put the eruv in the tower. The eruv lo b'shoiva, and he put it in the birdhouse, or vice versa. He told him arvli b'shoiva chvirla b'migdal. There also, Tanya chada eruv eruv. Tanya idich any eruv. One brisa says it's a good eruv, even though there was a shinui, and one brisa says no. Hasam mai, where do you see shalom shel chaveru ikka? This distinction he tried to make, whether it belongs to the guy himself or a guy's friend, doesn't seem to hold there. So hasamnami ikki perid migdal perid shoiva. There are fruits that do better in a tower, fruits that do better in a birdhouse. He wanted him to use the fruits that are in the tower or in the birdhouse. They belong to him, and the other ones do not belong to him. Mishnah. He tells to people, write a get and give it to my wife. Or Garshua, right? Kisvu get and Garshua, or Kisvu Igeres Usnula. These are all languages of get, and therefore Hare Elo Yichtu V'Yitnu. But if he gives a command and says Patrua, Parnesua, Asula Kanimus, Asula Karoi, Lo Amar. These are not languages that definitely mean get. Tanarabanan Shalchua, Shivkua, Tarchua, Hare Elo Yichtu V'Yitnu. These are good languages if he instructs them. Patrua, Parnesua, Asula Kanimus, Asula Karoi, Lo Amar. Those are not good statements. Tan Rab Nosson Omer, Patrua Dvar of Kayomi, but Pitrua Lo Amar Klum. Amar of Rab Nosson de Bavlo. He's a Babylonian, the dike being Pitrua le Patrua. He's medak different meanings. Kana Didan Dvar Eretz Yisraelu Lo dike. Didn't make such a distinction. He boiled away asked the following theoretical question. Hotzi Uha, get her out. Izvua Mao, Hitirua Mao, Hanichua Mao, Hoilula Mao, Asula Kadas Mao. So at least Pshat Miachada will answer one of them, the Tanya. Asula Kadas, Asula Kanimus, Asula Karoi Lo Amar Klu. The Shulchan Aruch paskins that the other languages, Hotziyua, Zvua, Hitirua, are Sophic, because the Gemara didn't paskin. So it would be Sophic Migureshas. Mishnah. Rishona yu oimrim hayotze bekuler. Yisasari being taken out in a collar to be executed by the government. And while he's walking, he says, Kisfu get li ishti. He doesn't say Kisfu get utnu. He just says Kisfu get hare elu yichtu v'yitnu. He must have been upset, and even though he didn't say tnu, they can write it and give it. Whoever's about to go on a long sea journey, or Hayotze b'shayar is going out on a caravan, and he says, Kisvu get liishti, he means to give it and to give. It means to write it and to give. Rav Shimon Shazuri, Omer Afa Mesukin. A chola sheyesh b'sakana. Again, if he says kisfu without tnu, you give it, you write it and give it. Geniva yotze b'kularav. Geniva was being taken out to be executed. You have a kanafik, Omar, Havu arba me'azuzi l'Ravavina, mechamra. I want you to give $400 worth of wine to Ravavina from the wine that I have to Nahar Panya, in the city of Nahar Panya. Okay.
It's not such a happy note to leave on, you know. Guy's been taken out to be